gas and I'm about to start my shift, but I just wanted to go over some things. And I was thinking about my experience with like Lyft Flexdrive and just the rental process. So I wanted to like speak about whether it's smart or, you know, beneficial to someone to rent a Lyft car. So I wanted to start off by saying I have rented a Lyft car from the beginning, and I did my own personal car. So maybe we could just start talking about the benefits of both. So with the rental, if you don't have a car, obviously you can use that as your own car. They don't track where you go or what you're doing. You just can't use it with their competitors. So I can do Uber Eats with a Lyft rental, but I can't do Uber. I can do grocery delivery. I can do, you know, my own personal errands. I can do Amazon delivery, whatever I want to do with a Lyft rental, but I cannot do like nothing with their direct competitor, like obviously Uber. Rent a Lyft rental from them. They give you an Easy Pass, so it just comes out of if you use the Easy Pass on your own personal time, it comes like just out of your budget. So however much you end up paying weekly for the rental, if I was to go to Jersey and, you know, for the weekend just on my own personal time and I use the Easy Pass, like maybe like a month down the line, they'll charge me that $5 or however much it costs for those Easy Pass, that tool. So you can use that, but sometimes I opt out of doing that because I just rather not deal with that. Especially if you're not keeping track of what you're doing, you might, like, you know, be thinking like about, you might be surprised by those fees later on. Another benefit of Lyft Flexdrive or the rental program, when you drive with their car, they enable you and register their cars to be able to drive in the tri-state area. So if you go to other states like Delaware, Jersey, if I drop off someone in Jersey and I pick them up in Philly and I drop them off in Jersey, I'll get more rides from that area in Jersey. So I'll be able to, you know, continue instead of having to come all the way back across the bridge and have to deal with like my own personal tool and then wasting gas and mileage on my own car, coming all the way back to the other side. And also with the Easy Pass, even if you don't decide to pick up in Jersey after you drop someone off, or Delaware or wherever, if you go back through a toll with the Easy Pass from a ride, they'll still account that to work time, even if you like turned off the app or something, because it's easier to track that, you know, this toll was from this ride transaction. And if you ever have any issues, you can just go right back to the ride and then claim that toll money if they tried to charge you for it or something. Basically, if you get a ticket. So if not if I get pulled over, I've never been pulled over in a Lyft car, but I've definitely gotten like red light tickets or speeding tickets, like things that are tracked by like camera and surveillance, and then like it comes to Lyft. So you have it added to your account, but it doesn't happen right away. So that's one thing. If you get a ticket, you need to note down like when you got the ticket, and like if you've seen it, take a picture of your license plate or whatever while you're in a Lyft car. Make a note of that, because down the line it takes a minute for Lyft to get it back to you for you to pay it. You will have to pay it, but they do charge you extra fees on top of that because they bear the brunt of the initial cost, and then like now it's reverted down to you and it's like, okay, you have to pay us back. So I think there is a fee, but it takes like a month or so, maybe, or a couple months, because one time I guess I got a ticket. I didn't even know I got a ticket. I got a red light camera ticket over here on Aramingo, and I didn't even know. And basically when I got that ticket, it was in April. So when I was in July and I got like this extra $100 something for a red light ticket, you know, they sent me the information, like I had the proof and everything, like, yeah, it was you that, you know, you are renting this car at this time and this is the ticket that we got. So, you know, it was no dispute there. But I was like confused, like, damn, April, like y'all just billing me for this, like. So it just takes a little minute, but there is a benefit to that, because if, you know, you get a ticket and like on your own car, and you know how you have to pay them in a certain time frame or whatever, Lyft pays that initial cost up front. So that is a benefit to that as well. And I think a good benefit to it is that these Lyft cars mostly are new. The maintenance on them, the the responsibility for them, the maintenance is like up to par. You never really have to worry about anything. If you have anything wrong with your car, they come and just get it. You never really have to worry about anything. But I will advise, if you do rent the car, get that insurance, that extra insurance. It's like an extra $50 to your weekly pay. You have no like deductible or anything like that, so if anything were to happen to your Lyft car, you don't have to bear the upfront cost. If you have an accident or whatever, that process is very tedious, and it takes a little while, and you won't be able to rent until you're cleared of the responsibility or things have been taken care of. They have to like put you back through that process. But if you owe them money, you're done. So I would say like those are the benefits. Those are the things that I think are beneficial about the Lyft Flexdrive program. On the other hand, having your own personal car, when you start your Lyft rides at the top of the week or the top of the day or whatever, you get the money right away. So with Flexdrive, because I paid $300 or whatever amount, based on whatever tier you get, whatever amount you have to pay per week, you don't start pocketing any money until after you've earned their money. They don't allow you to just, oh, okay, I'll pay you on the back end, and then like you end up owing money. No, they make you, whatever rides you get, what the hell? Whatever rides you get, they end up taking their money from you up front, and then right after you get that, you know, those fees together, then you start earning your money. So with the personal car, you'll earn your money right away. You'll get paid, and then with their direct deposit, they have Lyft Direct Pay, which is like their own little, like, it's kind of like a Cash App style online banking, but through Lyft. And they have direct pay where every ride you get, you get paid directly into your account, so you don't have to pay that express checkout, that express cash out fee. You're not dealing with those types of things. You just only have to, you only have to do rides, and then like if the ride was $3, they send you the $3. Like if it's $10, they send you $10. So by the end of the night or the end of your day of you driving, your money is available right away. Ooh, I hope I ain't killed a battery. Another pro to you doing Lyft with your own personal car, you don't have to worry about any excessive fees. Like obviously you're not paying any money, you're just earning the money directly. So you get all that money up front. You don't have to worry about paying Lyft anything, but you do have to worry about, like, you know, the responsibility of you having your own car. So all those responsibilities are on you. But if you have your own car and you're a Lyft driver, I don't think it matters what tier you are, how often you drive. Lyft does give you discounts to certain places that they partner with to like get repairs, to get maintenance done. You even can come to the Lyft service station and get some things done there, and they help you out. But they prioritize their rental cars, but they do a lot like have access for their regular drivers as well. So that's a benefit. But the main benefit of you having your own car is just that it's your car, so you bear the brunt. And it's cheaper. Like you don't have to, so if you pay, even if you was to pay like a ridiculous amount for a brand new car and you got bad credit, and your fees for your car are like $800-900 a month, when you break down paying like $5 something a week, that's 4 weeks in a month, that's $2,000 at minimum that you're paying out of pocket. But if you have an $800-900 car note, I'm being exaggerative, but yeah, if your car note is really expensive, it's still half as much as what the Lyft Flexdrive would be. So imagine like people with regular, like, you know, normal car note fees. So if you do Lyft full time and you worried about not making your money, you'll definitely make that money back if you were to get a personal vehicle. So it just depends on what you want to do. One thing I will talk about on the Flexdrive side though, I've noticed that the bonus streaks and those types of things that they have, those promotions, a lot of them came to me more when I was on Flexdrive. So when I rent the car from them, I get more benefits on the money end because they want to guarantee and make sure you make that money. I never thought that it mattered that much, but apparently it does, because I was just driving my personal car for a few weeks, or like 2 months. I was driving my personal car, and for those 2 months, like, I wasn't getting those $18 bonus streaks, and I go out the same times in the same days, so I didn't change anything except for the fact that I was using my own car. And I was doing like $18 streaks every 3 rides, and I was getting them so often that like the money that I was making built up so fast. And I didn't notice right away when I had my own personal car, but like I was like, wait, like why is it so hard? And like it felt like it took longer for me to get rides. So like I would come out around the same time every night, between 7 and 8 p.m. sometimes start around 9. Anytime around those times. It sometimes takes me in my own personal car to get like a ride, maybe like 20-30 minutes, and then that's even if I just sit in one spot, or drive around. But the area that I live in is pretty busy, so I typically can just come get in my car and start right away. I don't have to drive to a specific area. So I did the same thing in my own personal car, and lo and behold, it just takes a long time. But as soon as I started renting with FlexDrive again, I noticed that I get rides within like the next 5 to 10 minutes. Like a ride will come right away, and they come more often. It feels like they prioritize the people who are renting with them. And I don't know if that's just like a cost benefit for them, because they feel like, oh, because they're renting and they have to pay us this money, that we want to make sure that they're making the money to pay us back. I don't know how that works, and they probably would never even admit that, but that's what it feels like. I was renting with them for a long time, and that's definitely what it feels like. What else can I say? I would say definitely, if you don't have a car but you're looking for a job that pays you well and pays you better than average, I would say get a Lyft car, because the fees and the benefits aren't as like costly as you think. It sounds insane and you sound like you can't do it, but if you think about it like this: if you at least drive for 8 hours a day, because you'll be working a job for 8 hours a day, if whatever those 8 hours are, even if it's not consecutive in the 8 hours, if you at least drive for 8 hours a day 5 days a week and do that 40 hours, you'll definitely like make well beyond your regular check at your regular job. So those fees won't really be, they'll pale in comparison. I had the unlimited pack with the fees, and at one point, and I was making those fees were $500 a week, but in that week I was making $1,500 to $2,000. That was what I was doing. But then as soon as I got my own personal car, like I said, those rides weren't coming as often. You get rides and it was still good, but it was just something that I noticed. Maybe it's not that big of a difference, but it felt really big of a difference in my opinion. So yeah, I'm about to eat my food, and hopefully this was helpful to somebody trying to do Lyft or thinking about it or whatever. I love being able to do what I want to do, and with my situation, it just benefits me to do this until like I get like a business, my business up and running again, and like more consistent income somewhere else. But I probably won't even go back to a regular job, honestly. So child, Lyft better pay me.